Hi, I'm Josh G3MOT, and today we're going to be looking at what is a SuperSig. Okay, the SuperSig is a two-element Yagi that will tune from 20 meters to 4 meters. And I just want to go through a little bit of how it works and its design and what it's all about. Okay, let's start at the business end. Here we have the driven elements. And like every other element on this, you can extend and retract these depending which band that you want to use. This is fed here from some lovely messy and Poloni coax onto an FT24030 ferrite core, and this is the common mode choke. So why do we need a common mode choke? Well, if you've got a few minutes to spend, go on the www.supersig.co.uk website, and under the support section there's a fantastic article by the late G3 TQX, which explains all why we need a common mode choke. I'll just go through it a little bit now, very briefly with you, so you get an idea of why. So unless your dipole here, which is essentially what we got at this end of the driven element, you're going to get what's called common mode currents flowing down the outside of the coax braid. Okay, to stop this, we need to show that a very high impedance, so it cuts these off from going down in your coax, and into your shack. So this is essentially what this does. This shows a really high impedance to those common mode currents. If you didn't do this, effectively what you'd have is a dipole with another radiator, like a tripole, as it's described in the article. So you get three radiating elements from your antenna, which you really don't want. You want to keep it into these two. And this is exactly what the common mode choke does. Some people call it a one-to-one balun, or there's loads of different names. But for this example, I'm calling it a common mode choke, so that's exactly what it's doing. It's choking the common mode currents coming down the outside of the coax due to something called the skin effect. And like I said, if you want to get into more depth, read the article on the website by G3TQX, it's fantastic. Okay, let's look at the directors. Here we have the directors connected electrically by this little jumper here. But this is the version of the SuperSig. It's called the slider beam. This has a 6-foot boom instead of a 4-foot boom. So it's two 3-foot pieces of box section aluminium connected together. So you've got an extra 2 feet. And what I decided was to make the hub so you could slide it actually along the boom. So you get a better parasitic effect from the directors interacting with the driven element. For example, 10 meters, you want these to be around about here. And if I'm doing 20 meters, I can slide this right up to the end of the boom here. And that you get a much better parasitic effect between the driven elements and the director. If you're using 6 meters, you can pop it right down here, even onto the other side actually, and you can get yourself a 3-element beam, because you can put another one of these hubs at the end here with another 2 elements, and you get a 3-element beam. You do have to change the driven element to this one here. So the one at the back adds as a reflector. This would be a driven element, and this would be a director at the front. Okay, and there you have it. I hope that's given you a bit more information about what this is about. We will be at National Hamfest this year. We'll have a stand there, so come and see us. The website is almost finished, so hopefully you'll be able to purchase your very own SuperSig in the next couple of weeks. Go outside, operate portable, enjoy this fantastic weather. Thanks for watching.